This is every breed of chicken that we could find.
Today we're going to be butchering them all, cooking them all the same way, and then rating them based on tenderness, depth of flavour, and bang for your buck.
To see if the breed actually matters and if there's any difference.
So, first chicken is the Cornish Cross. This is pretty much the bog standard chicken that you would get in any supermarket, or indeed probably any chicken shop. Still delicious.
So we've got the breast there, just taken off the bone. So we're just gonna do a boneless chicken thigh, cook it nice and crispy.
5 weeks on average this bird will take to get from chick to Tesco. This is not free range, this is barn raised.
95% of chicken eaten in the world is barn raised.
Into the oven, we're gonna cook them all to the same temperature, around about 70 degrees.
I mean, it tastes like chicken, but it's quite bland. It's a little bit watery. I mean, it's gotta be a 5 out of 10, right?
It's no frills.
It's juicy, but then that juice very quickly turns into dryness, doesn't it, once you carve it? So
I think 5's about right.
£4 on the nose. You cannot get much cheaper protein source than that.
It's gotta be an 8.
Yeah, sold. Okay, that gives us a grand total of 18 out of 30 for the Cornish Cross. This looks like a very, very nice chicken. You can tell it's had a good life. It's run around. It's got good thigh structure there.
Look at the size of the leg compared to the breast. This is a naturally sized bird because it's been free range. So it's had the time to walk around, eat insects, graze on pasture. I'm hopeful for this. Oh, that is so different. That is so delicious. And the depth of flavor on that thigh meat is crazy. I'm gonna go an 8.
Texture, 6.5.
6.5.
And then value for money, £18. Now, this is probably going to be contentious because you don't get a lot of chicken for £18 when you can have 4 of the other one.
Yeah, you're paying for that chicken to have probably had a little bit of a better life than those barn-raised ones.
I think it's got to be a 7.
7.
7.
Agree.
Giving us a grand score of 21.5
For the Norfolk Black. Cornish Red, brought over from the Indian subcontinent. The breed was developed and the genetics in Cornwall, but it was actually bred to be a fighting bird.
I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but it doesn't look that impressive straight off the bat.
So it's got very little shrinkage, which implies that there's no added water into there anyway.
So let's carve him up.
Slightly less premium than the Norfolk.
Yeah.
And slightly more expensive. Flavour?
Flavor's okay, it's not bad. Probably not quite as good as the last one, so maybe like a 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah. Texture?
Feels a bit denser.
Not as like melt in the mouth texture.
So what, 6.5 again?
I think so. Final one, value for money.
I mean, you can't give it any, it's more expensive than the Norfolk, but
Yeah.
it's not better in any way, so
Yeah.
6
That's given us a grand total of 18.5.
for the Rocky Balboa. So we actually wanted to see basically all the difference of how chickens are actually produced, to see if the breed's important or if it's just how it's raised. So we went to see a chicken farm ourselves, our supplier, Sutton Hoo, yesterday, and it was really interesting. I'm here with Will. We're going to see the happiest chickens in the world. They have an incredible amount of space.
Well, I mean,
They literally do.
yeah. The sort of the ethos behind it all is to create that environment where they can behave naturally.
Yeah.
Welfare and them being happy is great,
Yeah.
but it also ties in with adding to the flavour and the end product. Post-war time, since that time, it's been a real drive for efficiency and high-yielding production in all of agriculture.
So most of the chicken that you would eat in the UK, even if you didn't know, is probably, it's not really thought about as breed, it's just thought about as the business. So what does actually free range technically mean then?
Legal requirements to be free range, so there's got to be a certain amount of square metres per kilo of live weight chicken that you have on the field.
Okay.
And then there's also the age of the chickens. So to be a free-range chicken, they've got to be 8 weeks old before they're killed.
8 weeks.
Yeah, and organic is 10 weeks.
They are big, that's a big,
I know.
big boys. Oh, these are going to mine.
Yeah, well, they're cockerels though. So you might see them later in the week.
Beautiful birds. They are really stunning. The hard thing is with Sutton Hoo, like it's a really premium product, but in people's minds, chicken isn't seen as premium meat.
No. But in the 20s and 40s, it was more expensive than beef.
This is what we were seeing frolicking in the fields. This is probably the highest welfare bird of any of the ones that we might eat today. Yeah, so let's see if that's reflected in the flavour of the bird. Tasted a lot of Sutton Hoo. I do think it's a superior bird. Free range doesn't actually say that much about the welfare of the bird. It's kind of more important to talk about how long it's been grown for.
Yeah.
So these are hitting 10 weeks.
But the meat quality looks immense. The skin, maybe not the best.
The fat is the main thing about this bird. So they want to create that creamy fat that you get with like a a premium French bird. Skin seems very thick compared to the others.
Ooh, looks meaty.
That's the best mouthful of chicken I've had all day.
Considering there's nothing on there, there's no brine, just cooked quite quickly and simply. The breast is really nice.
Oh.
It's got a good bite to it. All right, flavour 8.5.
The age of this chicken is twice as old as the first one that we had. Maybe even a little bit longer. But the texture is actually very, very good considering the age of it. It's got to kind of be an 8.5 again.
So the last one, value for money, £28. That is very expensive.
Yeah.
It's not special enough to really be like, in terms of different and like paying that top whack for, you know, like your Wagyu prices where you're paying for the experience of eating it. Like it's a fairly everyday chicken, but just really, really, really good quality.
8 sounds about right, chef.
Giving us a grand score of 25 out of 30.
This is an Old English gentleman. The Old English pheasant fowl. Coolest name of the day, I think. This is the oldest breed in the UK, and this breed has been very much developed because of one thing, the fattiness of the breast.
It really feels strange. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's so plump, but look at that.
This is actually probably one of the most beautiful birds of the day as well.
Let's see how this Old English gentleman is colouring up.
Colouring up very nicely, but biggest impression I've got is the smell.
Darshy blow.
Cheerio!
Immense flavour.
I think you're getting it more into the flavour of a really top quality guinea fowl. So intense.
I would say for me, it's got to be up there with the best tasting one.
Definitely agree.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
It has a good texture. It does have a bit more of a chew. I almost compare it a bit like dairy cow. It's like it has a chew, but you don't mind the chew because you're getting so much more flavour.
8.
8 out of 10.
So we're up to £28.
8 out of 10.
This is the Old English gentleman
for the heritage.
strolling through the countryside. This is the Sean Connery of chickens.
Giving us a grand total of 25 out of 30. The same as Sutton Hoo. Wait, Sean Connery's Scottish, isn't he?
Right, so we're actually going to a different continent altogether. And this is, in a very American fashion, the Freedom Ranger, developed, interestingly enough, by our old friends, the Amish, in 1990 in Pennsylvania. So in America, they have different standards and rules when it comes to their chickens. So often they treat their skin with chlorine as a means of getting rid of any of the bacteria in there. In the UK and in the EU, it's completely banned to do so. I was a bit skeptical at first, but it's crished up really nicely.
Look how much weight that chicken's lost. One of the biggest chickens we had,
Yeah.
and now it looks just the same as one of the first one. The skin has gone quite flabby, almost like come off itself.
It does look tender, I have to say. I do think that it's lacking in flavour.
So taste,
6?
I would agree 6. I think it's elevated to those battery chickens of the English supermarkets, but it's the tenderest chicken we've had all day by a long way.
Is it just because it's been pumped with water there?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, the proof's in the tasting, right? 8.5. 29 quid for fairly average tasting, super tender.
5. 5 out of 10 for the Freedom
Give us a
Ranger.
grand score of 19.5 out of 30. Low blow for the American supermarket chicken.
Pedres Portuguesa. This is one of the 4 main breeds of chicken in Portugal. Oh. What do they use that for? So we have done a bit of research, and this is apparently poultry blood, which they mix with vinegar, tangy seasoning for their arroz dish, which is uses this whole bird.
Definitely, I would say, the best looking chicken of the day.
This is the first one of the day that's probably been almost fully corn-fed, so it should be interesting to see the depth of flavour. Look at that golden colour already.
Oh,
Look at that.
can't go over the colour like me.
Look at that. That's so... It's glowing.
It's super tender but dense. It's hard to explain.
It tastes rich. Like really, really rich.
It does taste really good.
I would go an 8, but I would give it a 0.5 because of the taste of the skin.
Texture.
It's very different, but objectively, most people would say it's tougher than a lot of the birds we've tried before. I would say it's a 7. This chicken is big, but not cheap. It's 31 quid.
Even though we've marked it highly on the last 2 scores, I don't think it's special enough to really warrant the massive price tag.
A 7 for price.
Giving us a grand total of 22.5 out of 30.
That's not bad, is it? What do they call you? Pride of the Cotswolds?
Some say.
Well, this is actually the pride of the Cotswolds.
I see the resemblance.
Cotswold Gold. This is the most premium chicken that you can get in the UK.
Really?
Very expensive, £32 for this bird. This is just under a year old, so by far the oldest chicken that we've tasted today.
But even look at that, like, it almost looks marbled. I've never seen marbled chicken meat. Let's see how the Cotswold Gold's gonna hold up to the sear test.
Oh, look at that.
Let's see how it tastes.
Oh, that is superb.
The texture isn't that different. Taste, gotta be a 9.
I'm happy with a 9, chef. I think it's a very high score for a very good bird.
Texture, now here's the... I'm not sure. We're gonna have to give it another take.
Yeah.
Purely for research purposes.
It's incredibly soft. It's a 9.
9 out of 10.
So price point is very high. £32.
This isn't even a chicken you would cook at home for a Sunday roast. This feels like a top quality restaurant chicken.
Yeah.
Where they can take it and they can elevate it from what is already immense to even better. It is worth the money.
I agree.
Maybe an 8?
8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Giving us a grand score of 26 out of 30.
Shot to the top of the leaderboard.
Wow.
Why do you think I'm singing that song, Jack?
Because you're a cretin.
Oh, okay. That is actually the James Bond chicken. The writer of James Bond, Ian Fleming, was incredibly fond of their eggs. They would be brown and speckled. But this bird, confusingly, is not quintessentially British, like our compatriot James Bond. It's actually French. The breed is a Maran chicken, and it's from the marshlands in France, which is in the Biarritz area.
Those legs are meant for war. Look at them.
Alrighty, look at that. Oh, it looks so good.
That has got some flavour.
I've actually never experienced that amount of flavour in a chicken before. Like golden fat.
Dude, welcome to the Flavour Boys. I'll be honest to the Maran. I thought I didn't give it a fair shot.
If the Flavour Boys was a chicken, this would be us.
Maybe a bit plumper.
Yeah.
9.5.
9 point. Whoa, Maran.
I think we're now into this debate where what is the best texture?
It's not like it's tough. It's just dense, but it's also dense with flavour.
8.5?
Yeah.
8.5 tenderness.
For 36 quid.
It is expensive.
I know, but I think that's good value. You're getting something really unique there.
It is a flavour bomb.
I'm going to go for a 9.
Ooh. Okay, 9 it is.
Maran's chicken is absolutely, excuse the bun, flown into the lead. Well, they can't fly, but still. 27 out of 30.
Right, cue next chicken.
It's not a chicken, mate. It's a bat.
Shit.
Look at that.
That is fucking disturbing.
It's very, very important in Chinese medicine. So there's lots of mythology around these chickens. Wait a minute. They've got an extra toe. What the frag? 5 toes. A silky chicken, no matter what egg you plop under its bum, it will just adopt that egg and it will treat it as one of its own. They actually look a lot cuter in real life than they do now.
I mean, I don't think that's very hard.
No, it's not.
Look at the state of it.
Yeah. This bird is used mainly in Chinese medicine. So they give this to new mothers in order to help this and support the flow of breast milk, replenish blood, and whilst restoring strength. Smells like chicken.
Doesn't look like chicken. Let's have a look at the sear cam. That's mad, isn't it?
Recoiled up. There are years of tradition and history here, so let's be respectful to the Chinese medicinal department. Surely it's got some health benefits.
Let me put my respect cap on.
Yep, I'm going to start lactating by the end of this shoot. Yeah, slimy and tough, but considering how bad it looks,
I don't know what else to say on this one. I think it's weird to us because it's not our culture.
you're not meant to be eating it like a chicken breast. This is something that you would have as a broth to rejuvenate yourself after giving birth.
Bloody expensive broth.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be the worst flavour we've had today. 5. Texture?
It's got to be worse than 5.
There's not much going on there. 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
And finally, value for money.
Well, if it tastes bad and it's got a bad texture, it's got to be a 3.
But-
Go on.
It is unique and quite cool.
So cool factors are 1. Rejuvenative health benefits, another 1.
But you're paying for like one of the wonders of the world. 5 out of 10.
Silky.
A grand score of 14 out of 30.
La Fleche chicken. Very few of these actually leave France. The nickname to this bird is the Devil's Bird because it has 2 distinct plumage patterns which look like red horns on top of its head.
Really? Looks like a really good quality bird.
The secret ingredient, my friend, is cruelty. So just before it reaches the age where they want to slaughter it, it will be intensively fed in order to intensify the flavour of the meat and fatten up the bird, slaughtered to make more money.
I mean, it does go against everything that we stand for.
Very crispy on the sear, but to be honest, it's a little bit patchier. Look at that.
Whoa!
That is mental.
Leaking out flavour.
And look at the juice.
That
coming
yellow
out of it.
juice.
Never seen that in a chicken before.
It's like butter pose.
That's quite miraculous.
I was expecting a little bit more, if I'm honest.
I was hoping it would be creamier than the other one.
I think the flavour's only an 8.
Yeah, I agree.
Texture, I'd say the texture on the thigh I actually really didn't like. So again, I would say maybe even a 7.5.
Yeah.
Finally, value for money. So this was £47, £11 more than the Maran.
See, the Maran...
And the Maran was better.
So value-wise, it's going to have to be downgraded to a 6.
For that price point, you've got to be walking away thinking, wow, that chicken was incredible. And it just doesn't deliver. Giving us a grand total of 21.5 out of 30.
For the devil's hen. This is a Faverolles. It's a notorious bully victim. I presume if a chicken is incredibly nice and not very ferocious as well, it's probably quite hard to rear a lot of them at the same time. Just all being polite to each other. Docile chicken getting chased around by all the other chickens. Poor little guy. I mean, it looks beautiful.
Oh. A kind-natured chicken. It looks great, but it just doesn't have that. The flavour that Maran had was so profound that other things just don't taste as superior now.
I'm going to say flavour, 7? 7.5?
I think 7 is fair. Texture,
It's not much better. I'm going to go 7 again.
7 out of 10 for texture. And finally, I think we know the answer to this one. Value for money. This chicken came in at a whopping
48 squids.
5.5.
Yeah, I agree.
Giving us a grand score of 19.5 out of 30. A poor showing for the Faverolles.
Sure, it just shows you, doesn't it? Nice guys always finish last. The Crevecoeur.
Tell me more.
So, French chicken, the oldest breed of chicken that we're going to be tasting today. So, 12th century. So, Crevecoeur, this breed is named after the town of Crevecoeur, and the place Crevecoeur, it translates literally to broken heart. I don't know, it sounds like quite a pessimistic place to live.
It feels extremely, very, very, very fatty.
There's a slight tinge of sadness as this again is force fed.
Really?
So they use the gather technique on this as well, and they force feed it grain through the throat before they kill it. So maybe that's why you're noticing that extra layer of fat. Oh, look at these bad boys.
Oh!
So all that extra fat that's stripped out of there is giving it a really beautiful colour. You can see that again on the last one. This almost butcheriness.
Look.
That sort of exists in between the little bits of meat on the thigh. It is very, very rich. I mean, it's one of the most unique birds I've ever tried.
I'm not in love with it. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
8.5 it is. Texture, for me, for the depth of flavour that you're getting inside that meat, it's very, very good. It is very tender considering how much flavour is in there. I think it's got to be an 8.5.
Okay, I think you're generous, but we'll allow. And finally, this chicken will set you back £52.
That's an obscene price. This is a special occasion bird. Then again, I'm going to give it a score down for the force feeding. At the end, 7.
7 out of 10, giving us a grand total of 24 out of 30.
Controversial. This is the pride of France, the French Barbezieux. So Gout Milot has named this the best chicken in France. Look at that fat cover in there that you really don't see with some of the other birds. All this creamy fat is what they're all really proud of in France. It's probably the most regal looking bird I've ever seen. Very black, huge coxcomb for the males, and the tallest chicken in Europe.
Man.
Oh, look at that. Look at that marbling. Did you ever talk about marbling in a chicken before? Just look at that. That is obscene. It's really good.
Where do we go from here?
It's a really, really, really big bird.
9.5.
9.5.
Texture.
Because it's obviously a long life bird that's lived an incredible life. I'm sorry, you've got to give the texture a 9.5 at least.
You think? I was going to go low. I was going to say 9.
It's got to be. I've had nothing I've ever eaten before.
It's a great texture, but it's not as tender as the cheaper bird.
The reason I'm giving it that is because in none of the chicken so far have you ever had a layer of fat like this. Hold on to your hats, £58. If you actually imagine that you have to make 4 or 5 times on the cost of goods, you'd have to put this on the menu for half a chicken, the same portion of the real estate, for over £200. Look, it's good. It is bloody good. But when the Marans is half the price, I can't give it anything more than a 7.5 for value.
I would agree. There's something about chicken that just doesn't feel as premium as like your Wagyu beef. Giving us a grand score of 26.5 out of 30, just shy of the Maran.
That's a shame. It's an exceptional bird. I want to be very clear. It's just a very, very exceptional price. This is the Perigord chicken. This chicken from this region is a minimum of 81 days. Whereas most chickens are conventionally fattened with feed, this is fed purely on cereals. So it'll be spelt, wheat, germs, stuff like that.
Cornflakes, Wheatos.
Maybe not, no. I mean, look at this. This is a different league. I feel like we've just been skirting around it. This feels superior.
Let's have a look. I mean, I'm struggling to see what more can come from chicken, but...
Sounds crispy.
Oh,
Whoa! It's literally dripping with fat. It's really firm.
I bet you it's delicious braised. The breast is so tender, but they cancel each other out. The breast is arguably one of the most tender we've tried today, but the leg is tough.
One thing I will say that's not working in its favour at all as well is its skin. It is supremely chewy and thick.
I think it's an 8. It's very nice, but it's not... The leg lets it down, in my opinion. For texture, I think you know where we're going with this. We have to judge the whole bird, and the thigh is tough. It's got to be a 6.5.
Whoa!
Let's give it a 7 then. Meat in the middle.
Yeah.
This chicken cost us £64. Second most expensive of the day. You cannot call this chicken good value for money. It's got to be a 5. Giving us a grand score for the Perigord chicken of 20 out of 30.
It's going to be a revolution. We were always going to finish here, Chef Croft. The Bresse, or Bresse, chicken from the Bresse region in France. The only chicken in the world to have AOP status, much like champagne. If it ain't from Bresse, it ain't a Bresse chicken. Very thin on the breast. Most people would feel like they've been shortchanged. They also give this beautiful, I think, stamp that it's a Bresse chicken by leaving this beautiful plumage on and by giving it this official stamp.
Bit of bling.
Bit of bling, mate, yeah, bit of bling. So, price-wise, we are looking at a grand total of £84 for this bird.
Mad that.
That is insane.
It's very, very small. But sizes and everything.
Thank God. Yep, it's all about quality. Look at this fat. Look at the layer of fat underneath this chicken breast. They are kept in wooden crates, so a little bit of cruelty again, for 2 weeks before they're slaughtered. So if you think you've got some French farmers shoving a tube down the throat, all they do is they constrict their movements for the last 2 weeks of their life. So basically the idea is that by restricting their movement, it makes the chicken more tender. And also, it allows them to get more flavour into the bird without inhibiting the texture as well. So in theory, this should be the best of both worlds.
Hopefully.
That is looking pretty damn golden and decadent. Very bloody small though.
It's all come down to this point. We've saved the breast till last. The flavour.
It is intense.
It's almost a little bit like Iberico though. Like, you know, it has almost like an acorny, fatty flavour. The flavour of that is very, very special.
There is nothing that you can take away from that chicken. That is so tender.
Even though the skin isn't necessarily crispy, when you bite the breast with the skin, it almost like you get pockets of bursts of fat in your mouth as you're eating it, and it's like a little bit chewy, but it's delicious. Buckets of flavour in there. That's a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
First 10 of the day. Texture. We've got a bit of a dilemma to have here, Chef.
The breast is a 10,
9.5/10.
but the thigh is a 9.
We have to be honest with ourselves. We've had much, much tenderer thigh.
I agree.
The flavour is second to none, but we've covered that. 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
We have to be fair. Now, moving on to value for money. This chicken will set you back £84. That is a meal for two in most restaurants.
I'm going to say though, this is a once in a lifetime chicken. To experience that flavour is something very unique.
And the history behind it. You're going somewhere, your anniversary, your honeymoon, whatever it is, you're going to order this chicken or a dish that involves this chicken, partly because of the brand as well.
Yeah.
But then we have to mark it down slightly in the fact that it is so expensive. It's almost triple the price of the Maran.
Yeah,
which we love.
Which doesn't do enough service to the Maran.
Yeah. The fact that it's small, the fact that you can get such better quality chickens, you have to bring it down a couple of points. Should we go 8?
8.
8 out of 10 for the Poulet De Bresse. Value for money. 26.5 out of 30.
So our winner today is a Marans chicken, which, to be honest, I'm really glad because I never heard of that before we'd done that shoot. So that has been a really cool thing to find out. I think from going to the farm and meeting Will, the one thing that I would say is breed is important, but so is upbringing and welfare and how long the bird has to have. If you have a Poulet de Bresse or a Marans chicken, and you only let it live for 5 weeks and keep it in a barn, it's never going to taste the same.
You can easily get a beautiful eating experience with some of these lesser known breeds, which can really deliver on flavour, texture, and a good value for money.
What's clear, the French are the best in the world at poultry. If the Japanese are the best at Wagyu, the Spanish are the best at Chuleta, the French, they can be really proud of the fact that they are by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most passionate about their birds.
Fair point.
If you want to see my full trip to the Sutton Hoo chicken farm, join the Chef's Counter membership today. There's also exclusive content on there like restaurant reviews, extended POVs, and we've even got some more handy tips and tricks.